Hi, Guy Powell here. I wanted to give a short introduction on my upcoming presentation on a walk through the Passion, the hidden secrets of Christ's sacrifice and suffering for us all. It's broken down into 3 one-hour sessions. It starts with a short introduction from Isaiah, who basically foretold the birth and passion of Jesus almost 750 years prior to it actually taking place. In any case, the story begins with the Last Supper and the Garden of Gethsemane, and where he's betrayed by Judas Iscariot. Then it continues, of course, with the trial, and then the trek to Golgotha along the Via Dolorosa, the street of suffering, and then lastly, of course, the crucifixion. And the end is probably the best part of all, which is the resurrection. He is risen, and he is risen indeed. What I've done as well is I've taken passages out of the Passion from each of the 4 Gospels, and I've looked at each one of those and looked at what kind of story is behind the story. And then, of course, I've also added in some beautiful art depicting different scenes that relate to the different passages. And so with that, I hope you'll enjoy it. Let's start with the Last Supper. Quite often, when we think of the Last Supper, we see this table. This is the painting from Leonardo da Vinci, and it's entitled The Last Supper. And we see Jesus in the middle, and we see some of the disciples on his left and some of them on the right. And they're sitting down at a table with a tablecloth, and you can see bread and plates, and you can see maybe some cups and some of the other elements of the Last Supper that's in the upper room. Now, it's interesting that it's this picture that most often comes to mind for the Last Supper. In reality, the Last Supper was probably at a triclinium. The triclinium is a U-shaped table where Jesus is here. He's depicted in the middle of the triclinium.